folks, you need to call and get into this deal right now.
Terry, our bosses are not going to let us sell this on television, Terry.
The boss is on vacation, so you win. This is the actual wig from the Rodman wedding game and honeymoon worn by Dennis and Carmen.
I don't feel comfortable selling this for under 3,200 simoleons, Terry.
That's easy. And you're also going to throw in 4 needles used by the Patriot Deflator. And we're going to throw in a Tom Brady autographed football.
This belongs in a museum, Terry. We're going to get fired, Terry.
It should be in the Smithsonian, but that's not the coup de grace.
No, don't you do it, Terry. Don't you bring it out here.
Here it is, the actual bar used by Sean Stant to whack Nancy Kerrigan in the knee. This, too, is included.
This has to cost at least 900,000 U.S. American dollars, Terry.
Ain't it that easy, but today it's only $1.99, and we're going to waive shipping. And when you get the operator on the phone, you tell her the box score starts right now.
Quit it, Terry. No, Terry, no!
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danets in Milford, Connecticut. The Deflategate punishment dropped yesterday. Now, Paulie, as a producer, how do you guys prepare the day prior, knowing that a big story like the Tom Brady suspension is coming out?
We send around notes to each other about different guests, topics, try to come to a consensus on at least a couple of guests that we all like. And then you keep sending them out. You're kind of relentless. You just never stop thinking of ideas, and daytime, nighttime, send out ideas to the group, and especially get Dan's approval, but check what the room wants.
Well, today DP mentioned that Bob Costas will probably win that Sports Emmy for his pre-Super Bowl interview with Brady. Now, Dan interviewed Russell Wilson. Fritzy, does this raise the stakes in the Costas feud?
I guess a little bit, but you know, again, you know, Dan, I like to believe he's a good sport. You know, Dan's going to get certain big interviews. Bob's going to get certain big interviews. Certain things happen on our show that you know, Bob's obviously doesn't have you know, a national radio platform. Bob will get to do certain interviews for Football Night in America. But Dan, you know, during Super Bowl week, he's running around talking to Eli Manning or Peyton Manning or Ben Roethlisberger or what have you. So, you know, I think Dan is, at least he should be, very comfortable with his opportunities and shouldn't be worried about who Bob is sitting down.
You know, to give Dan credit, I've never really heard him complain about somebody at NBC on his team getting another interview. He's a pretty good team player for some reason.
I also think
you guys might correct me on that one.
But I also think he knows the reality of the situation. Bob's got a lot of seniority at NBC, and it's not nothing personal against Dan. It's just like Bob's been at NBC way longer than Dan has.
Sort of NBC Sports.
Yeah, he is
for a long time.
He is. He sure is. And like if Dan was Dan was at Sports Center and got those Sunday night conversations, I'm sure guys like Rich Eisen and you know, Jim, Bob Lee, or not Bob Lee, but other guys would say like, man, why is Dan getting that again? Well, seniority, Holmes. Seniority and proving that you could do it for years and years. Now, if Dan moves on, or Bob Costas moves on, and Dan's the man, then guys like Josh Elliott and, you know, Mike Florio would be sitting there going, I wish I could get that interview.
But also, Dan always says, you know, he does a lot of heavy lifting on that show. He's got to do all those highlights. He seems willing to share the burden on that show to a large degree. He gets.
If you asked Dan with a lie detector, would he have liked to do the Tom Brady interview and given the other one to Bob Costas? He would have said absolutely yes. But no one's going to ask him, and he's not going to just walk around, you know, the room with us and say, "Man, I'm upset that he got it." In his head, though, he's like, you know, I would love to have.
He would love to have it, but understands why Bob gets that.
Yeah, and he did get a pretty good. He got a pretty good prize, and he got that great interview with Russell Wilson about his dad and stuff. So not bad.
Well, maybe Fritzy's working on Brady in studio. Well, Bob joined the show today and talked about where Brady's legacy goes from here.
Common sense tells you that this was not a performance-enhancing act in the same way as using performance-enhancing drugs. Is it a demerit against him? It absolutely is. Did those who hate the Patriots root against them, resent their success? Will they judge it even more harshly? Yes. Will Patriot fans circle the wagons and attribute any and all criticism and punishment to just haters and haters going to hate? Yes. But somewhere in the middle, reasonable people will say, this is an all-time great who has a negative next to his name, but he has a pile of positives as well. And those positives will carry the day when we talk about his legacy, I think.
Kind of funny in the middle of a serious topic like that.
to have Bob Costas drop a hater's gonna hate.
That was so awesome.
Like, when you hear people, like, there are certain phrases you don't expect certain people to say, and it's like if Bob is saying, like, you know, like, I think Goodell's got this investigation on fleek. You're like, what? Dude, where's he getting this, like, lingo from? Haters gonna hate.
Now to be clear, Bob said haters with a R-S, not a us. Hate us. He also said haters going to, not gonna.
Now, okay, maybe he should have kept the haters are going to hate. He sort of went halfway.
You still got to give him a little street cred that he even tried to work that in, even though he sounded extremely white.
Haters are very likely to hate.
There's a very good chance.
There's a more chance than not that haters are going to hate.
Do you think he had a haterade lined up as possible? Did they drink haterade?
Boy, I'm glad he didn't.
I think
he didn't go haterade.
Those people may have ingested some haterade.
Literally.
Well, there's no problem relating with Taylor Swift anyway. All right, McLovin, you're calling shenanigans and overhype on this whole scandal. Why is this story getting so overcovered?
Oh, it's the NFL. It's sports. Well, come on. You don't think this is getting
overcovered? No.
Oh, my God. This is Bountygate, Richie Incognito, every overcovered NFL story.
You know what?
Blown up times 5.
I enjoy the Memphis Golden State series, but it's the middle of the playoff series, middle of the game 4 or game 5, over a person who is considered one of the great American football players of all time, about to be considered one Super Bowl away from being hands down the greatest quarterback of all time, being labeled a cheater in front of the entire world while his career is going on. This is a gigantic story.
But what if Memphis would have went up 3-1? I'm kidding.
You got to put it like...
we never go all in on the NBA.
Like, what are we going to talk about? You know, man, that Tony Allen really missed playing shutdown.
This is Sammy Sosa having a cork back, which was a big story.
Not even close. Not even close.
Because it's institutional.
Because Sammy Sosa has never been considered the greatest player in his league, much less the league of all time. This guy is one more Super Bowl win from having no one able to make the argument that he's not the best quarterback of all time in a league that values quarterbacks, and he's been declared a cheater on national TV by the commissioner while his career is still going on.
Any scandal.
Can you think of another player?
Moment, and then it goes away.
Can you think of another active player taking a bigger hit while playing?
Michael Vick.
No way. Nobody cares about Michael Vick.
Do you think
what he did to dogs?
Vick didn't take a bigger hit?
Not as a football player. Not as
what
his
he did
career.
was a lot worse, but I wouldn't.
Michael Vick was already considered overrated anyway, wasn't he?
Oh, I see what you're saying. As a quality of a football player.
As your football legacy, your sports legacy during his career, I can't think. Barry Bonds didn't get caught doing anything.
Yeah, Barry Bonds' legacy took a huge hit.
But he didn't have an event. He didn't have an incident. He was never declared a cheater by any type of league while he was playing. Never.
While he was playing.
While he's playing. Still hasn't.
Is that actually true? Because didn't they, by the time he passed the home run record, like the league had
there was a
shut him off.
But
like
there was never.
People are treating this like a team shaving points or something. It's like one of those kind of things where they love to use the word in this systematic. Where they had this elaborate scheme where, like, they would set off a small explosion over here to divert people there, so the guys would run over here. They all planned it out with a map, and like, oh, this is a systematic destruction of the integrity of the NFL. Like that's how people talk about this.
See, it reminds me of Spygate and Bountygate. Like the details will get so murky in 5 years. We're not gonna remember what the heck we were talking. Bountygate is like, wait, what happened again?
That's why Brady's legacy ultimately probably won't be like we were talking about the comparison with Manning and whose career would you rather have. It'll be a little footnote to asterisk, whatever you want to call it. But over time, the bottom line is he's won at least 4 Super Bowls, and I don't see that. I don't see it following him so much where it's going to be so tainted for Brady. Where
every single one of those Super Bowls is tainted in the eyes of people who don't like the Patriots.
Which are most fans.
Right, which is almost everybody.
No, nobody taints the first couple.
Tommy
barely showed up until the last play.
The Tuck Rule's not a tainted Super Bowl?
No, it's not.
The other 2 are Spygate, and then the last one is a deflated football.
See, the first Super Bowl was like a 20-17 game.
That's like saying Barry Bonds' first half of his career is clean because he was small and stole a lot of bases. People don't differentiate. Barry Bonds user.
Well, the deflated football argument, how long has this been going on? What the rules around PSI have been around how long? They didn't even control the footballs until 2007.
But either way, he's been suspended 4 games for cheating.
Right, but I don't think anyone's like discounting the early Super Bowls. That early Super Bowl.
They were already discounted.
By Spygate?
By Spygate and the Tuck Rule.
Nobody's discounting that Super Bowl with the Tuck Rule.
Everybody discounts it because of the Tuck Rule.
A vague rule benefit.
Where you think everybody hates the Patriots. It's not true.
A lot of people think a vague rule benefited the Patriots.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. So the reaction on social media say was the same for the Falcons who just got caught cheating or the Patriots who just got caught. How much time did we spend talking about the Falcons cheating on the show?
The Falcons won 3 games last year. Or no, they won 6 games. Sorry.
Or the Browns with the phone. We spent a little time.
The amount of like joy that people have over this. Because it's the Patriots and they got caught. It's like the Yankees. When the Yankees get caught doing something stupid, people go bonkers because they love to hate the Yankees. The Patriots are the exact same way.
This would be,
you cannot deny that.
It's like Duke basketball. Imagine
I deny it. You're telling me, honestly, you think most people think that first Super Bowl was a fluke because of Tuck Rule?
How many times today did people mention it on the show? And how many years ago was that?
Well, I mean, we put up the poll today. People still want to be Brady. I don't think that they consider all this tainted. Not like Barry Bonds or A-Rod. Nothing like that.
Well, that's because people aren't nearly as moral as they like to pretend they are. Right. Everybody's cheating in some form.
Every one of us.
Everybody's cheating. Everybody's cheating on their taxes, or everybody's doing what. Everybody's cutting a corner somewhere.
But we all hate Bonds and A-Rod. Everybody hates Bonds and A-Rod.
Because they're
because they're unlikable.
Unlikable people.
So you're saying if they were nicer and we caught with PEDs?
Probably. I mean, Andy Pettitt's a pretty likable guy. Nobody cares. He just had his number retired by the Yankees. Nobody cares that he admitted using steroids.
Back to you, Brock.
Certainly. Well, Paulie, earlier today you guys discussed whether you would want to be Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, and of course the general consensus was Tom Brady. Now, what about another famous quarterback, Johnny Utah, Paulie? How about break that one down for us?
Oh, God, I would love to be Johnny Utah. I mean, we were just talking about the other day about Point Break. I was wearing my Point Break T-shirt yesterday. I had that Via Con Dios shirt on, and I was talking with this fireman. He goes, "Bro, where did you get that shirt? That is awesome!" And he was like a 40-year-old fireman, and he goes, "I gotta have that." So yeah, I would want to be Johnny Utah.
What about the injury history though?
Johnny Utah with the knee?
He blew out the knee, dude.
Blew out his knee.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd want to live with that.
Yeah, he was right there.
Dude, I've got bad knees. I don't have any upside like Johnny Utah has.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got to be Utah. Utah, give me 2. All right.
Fantastic.
Don't go away. It's playoff season in the man cave. How are we getting there? Efficiently. That's how we're getting there. And the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. It can tow a boat, a trailer, and much more. And it certainly is the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the road. You want more facts? You got to go to ramtrucks.com. We'll tell you all you need to know. Guts, glory, Ram. Welcome back to the box score. Believe it or not, there are some major playoff games going off in the next couple days. The Clippers might advance if they beat the Houston Rockets. Now, McLovin, over a year ago, it was all Donald Sterling. Did Steve Ballmer coming in do anything to help them win other than providing them a new face and ownership?
Yeah, I do think he provided some stability, which, by the way, another scandal. I am telling you, I watch the Clippers. Donald Sterling feels like it was 40 years ago.
It does.
It really feels like we're in the scandal, it consumes everything, and then it just goes away, like it wasn't even there. The Clippers, I don't even remember that when I watch them. I watch them a lot because they're exciting. It just doesn't really associate. I think it's Steve Ballmer doing crazy moves like this when he gets stressed. He's awesome. I'm a big Ballmer fan.
He's good.
And I love seeing the impersonation.
All right, tonight the Cavs take on the Bulls after late-game heroics by LeBron James. Now, Paulie, what's a better story for you as a producer? LeBron draining a clutch 3 to win the game or providing a late turnover to lose the game?
Better story is obviously LeBron doing something poorly.
Yes.
When you're the greatest player on earth, doing something well is not that great of a storyline. Like when he hit that shot the other day, it was fantastic.
We got a lot of mileage out of that
yes,
shot.
but we got mileage of it because of the play call and because of a Blatt and not just a shot.
The press conference where he said, I called it.
Yeah. If LeBron goes in for an uncontested layup and bongs it, oh my gosh.
Do you remember how much we used to do it with LeBron would pass up those last shots? We did like 3 years of that.
Even though Michael Jordan did it all the time. But when Michael Jordan kicked it out, the guy usually hit the jumper, which always took care of Mike. Thank God for Paxson and Kerr.
They're awesome. Hey, Fritzy, your Rangers are hosting a Game 7 against the Capitals tomorrow. Would you rather get free tickets from Dan for you and your son, or Jennifer Love Hewitt booking in studio next week here in L.A.?
Wow, that's a great question. You know what? I'm going to have to disappoint my son. As great as a Game 7 would be to sit next to Jordan and watch Rangers Capitals Game 7 at Madison Square Garden.
Is that because you already have tickets that you got for yourself?
I have no place to go to that game tomorrow night, but I will be watching. But because of the whole catfish thing, and everyone's saying the person I was communicating with has nothing to do with Jennifer Love Hewitt, which I have to live with to this day. And Jennifer is one of my all-time biggest crushes. I'm going to have to go an opportunity next week if Jennifer Love Hewitt was able
Plus,
to.
Dan's got a very shady history of delivering Rangers tickets. Special games.
Very well said.
Yeah, to that point, Seton, our Twitter buddy Patrick brought that up. Last year's playoff debacle with Dan's promised playoff tickets but rescinded Rangers tickets. If he gifted you tickets, but you knew Fritzy really wanted to go, what could Todd do to earn them, or would he just be wasting his time?
Oh, well, jeepers creepers. I might just give them over out of the kindness of my heart. I mean, I've already sort of like slurped alcohol out of this dude's belly button. So maybe it would be like a payback.
No, have you still not gone to an NHL game yet after that fiasco?
No, never.
With
I've never been to a.
Right. So
I've been to AHL.
Yeah.
I've never been to.
But yeah, as nice and kind as Seton's gesture would be to send me and Jordan to Game 7, I would want Patrick to keep those tickets because, especially for a first game, to have never been to an NHL game, to have never been to Madison Square Garden for a Ranger game, and then you put on top of it a Stanley Cup playoff Game 7 with the season on the line.
Big deal.
You know, that's something he would. I know he enjoys and appreciates hockey now, but you would take it to like the nth degree if you were in attendance for a game like that.
Hey, well, you know what? Maybe Dan takes us all to a Ducks game next week. We can only hope. All right, stay with us. We're going to kick the tires and light the fires. That's it, and we're taking a big old left turn. Welcome back to the box score, guys, with all the playoffs and the NFL stories. Some of the greater American sports are being pushed to the back burner. That's where we come in. We're going to put them right on the front of the stove. We're talking NASCAR, indeed, and we're going to talk about the race schedule, which I'm sure all of you have paid close attention to. So you'll be able to answer this quiz. Is it a NASCAR race or not? Right? Okay, it's going to be Patrick Opap's Motorsports dueling back row racing. Here we go. The first one. The back row, you are a pole sitter, so this is our first one. Is this a NASCAR race or not? Coors Light Race to the Rockies 400. Race or not?
I don't think that seems very long.
I don't think that it would be in Denver. I don't think there's a Denver race, is there?
Coors Light? They may have a
beer
race.
in NASCAR?
You don't really hear it all that. Just Race to the Rockies 400. That doesn't feel right to me. I'm not a huge NASCAR fan, but I've never heard of that unless that's something new.
Could be, though. Certainly makes a lot of sense. It's too obvious. It's too obvious.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And Rockies
It's too obvious.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
we are going to say that is not an actual NASCAR race.
You are correct. That is not a race.
I am the man. I am in control of this.
All right, yeah, beer and racing. What a obvious combination. All right, Patrick Opap's Motorsports. Look at the gain ground here. Race or not, the Taco Bell Breakfast Biscuit Taco 300.
Oh my God, there's no way.
It's a mouthful.
Wow,
no
you
way.
know what?
There's no way
That's
the breakfast
definitely a
biscuit
race, dude.
taco 300.
Not to chime in, that's got to be a race.
I would say it's about a year away from being a race because that's a
That
fantastic.
sounds like California stoner humor to me. There's no way that's real.
Right. I'm going to go with Seton, but it should be a race.
You are correct. It is not a race.
I am the man.
And it
I am
is
in control of
California
this.
stoner humor.
Hey, Brock, real quick, is this segment just a vehicle to play that clip over and over? And if so, I compliment the producers.
You are absolutely correct on that, Paulie. Yes.
Good, good. Well done.
Back row racing heading into the pit right
I am in
now.
control of this.
Let's see if we can get out of this quickly here. NASCAR race or not, SpongeBob SquarePants 400.
That's a race.
You really think that's a race?
That's definitely
That's definitely a race.
But the sponsor is SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yes.
Because of like the movie?
Jamie McMurray won that last year.
Well, yeah, but it has to be like a legitimate sponsor. What's the point of making a cartoon character?
A lot of kids at the race.
Maybe they sponsor it.
I
It's
think
the
I
junior
have a feeling
types
every one
division.
of these is going to be fake.
We got to get one wrong anyway.
But it looks like they're
I
all
wanna
going to
see
be
what
fake
the
ones.
The no graphic is. So
we're going to purposely.
Yes,
we're gonna,
that is a
We're going
race.
to tank like the 76ers.
That is a race.
Are you ready, boys? Of course. Yes, it's a race. And it happened at Kansas Speedway.
I am the man. I am in control
I think it was
of
last
this.
weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just read about it in the news.
I'm almost sure it was last
Yeah,
weekend.
that's everything. Like, you didn't read that? Like, it was all over the USA
SpongeBob
Today.
SquarePants 400.
Yeah, last
Who won
weekend
it?
at Kansas Speedway.
Harvick?
Patrick O'Paps Motorsports is flying through the turns here. NASCAR race or not? Oshkosh Bagosh arrive in style 300.
We have to find out what the no graphic is. Let's just say yes.
I say yes because I think that's in Bristol, Tennessee. Go ahead.
Gosh, all right.
It is not a race. It is not a race.
Oh.
It was.
There we go.
Damn.
I don't know if it's necessary to play that many times.
I do. I liked it.
All right, back row racing. Trying to hold off POP Motorsports here. NASCAR race or not?
Duck 1250.
Chex Mix race to the checkered 400.
Definitely.
Chex Mix race to the checkered 400.
See, I see
They're
the
playing off of the checkered
to
thing.
be a joke.
Could also be Stoner.
Chex Mix.
It's a munchie.
It's a pretty good name for a race. Could be a
Feeling good
race.
about that?
We're gonna say no.
Yeah, it is not a race.
You have no idea.
It is not a race.
I am the man. I am in control of this.
You are correct.
I am the man.
I am the man.
All right, out of the final turn, Patrick O'Paps Motorsports with the final push. NASCAR race or not? Sweet Baby Ray's Hickory and Brown Sugar Shootout 300.
Man, I had some Sweet Baby Rays last night. I love it.
Long name.
I say no.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm pro Sweet Baby Rays. I'm going to say no, though.
You are correct. It is not a race.
I am the man. I am in control of this.
All right, the winners of the box score is the greatest show ever. 400 is the back row. So congratulations.
Well played, gentlemen. Well played.
That's all you, man.
Well done.
Wish I could see that
SpongeBob
video again.
SquarePants. All right, don't go away. We are crossing the wide, vast reaches of Dan Nation. How are we doing that? In our Ram Heavy Duty, that's how. It's best in class towing, torque, and horsepower. It can take us wherever we need to go. Guts, glory, Ram. We're closing up shop here at the Box Score Saloon. You guys are going to come out next week and join me for a week of shows here in Los Angeles. Paulie, what has been your favorite guest city to do a show at so far?
For guests or for just the city itself? Man, that's a tough one. We've been a lot of places. I enjoy going to Portland. It's a very unique city. I've never been there before. I'm really glad we got to go. Man, San Diego for the Super Bowl years and years again.
Mine used to be Indianapolis.
Indianapolis was.
Events have changed.
Indianapolis was a great host.
Horseradish and everything.
Yeah, I would say San Diego's Super Bowl was an all-timer. It was a great spot.
Seton, great music out here. Which show are you more likely to attend? The British Street Punks Kings GPH at the Roxy on Thursday, or Neil Diamond Saturday at the Hollywood Bowl?
GBH is playing there this weekend? Is it next week?
What?
The old GBH.
Charge GBH? I would definitely go to
Roxy.
GBH. Absolutely.
What about Neil Diamond?
Cracklin' Rosie?
I'd be down with Neil
Yeah,
Diamond,
that'd be
but if it's like
I
one or
went to
the
a Neil
other,
Diamond concert.
yeah. Well, unless he's doing like just jazz singer front to back.
You gotta,
Oh, dude, I
And
am
then
so.
if it's jazz singer front
Pour
to
me
back,
some Love
I'm
on the
in.
Rocks.
gotta get a little
I'm in.
sparkly outfit
Yeah.
on.
We used to listen.
the Rocks.
That was every road trip. We listened to Jazz Singer back and forth,
Yeah.
and the soundtrack to Fame. Anybody do that?
Dude, it's like we were in the same road trip or
Neil,
something.
and you're a
Yeah.
big Red Sox fan now,
Hey,
Sweet
Brock,
Caroline.
can you Google
my
and
least
see
favorite
whether
song in the world.
Metal Shop, Metal School, the metal band is playing when we're out there? Because we should get an outing. I've always wanted to take the guys to see them.
We already checked, and they are not going to be out here.
Ooh, damn it.
Sorry about that. Hey, McLovin, the Clippers have a chance to advance to the third round. Now, are you going to throw caution to the wind and damn the call time and go out and check out one of those games next week?
Well, as Danettes, we have a famous history of not getting invited to NBA games. So we will throw out the
Especially important ones.
You know, the Clippers. We'll say Dan Patrick wants to come see the Clippers. Great. Oh, yeah, it's just the Danette. Sorry, the tickets went away. We're used to that.
It went away.
Yeah,
Went away.
that's the way it goes.
We had them right here.
So Brock, unless you have tickets, I don't think it's happening.
Okay, how about this for you, Fritz? You
He
used to
probably does.
live
Yeah, it's
not
got a
far
box.
from our studio. What's the one place that you want to touch up when you get out here?
Boot Barn, San Bernardino.
Yeah, I was actually going to try to cruise around Chatsworth and some of the areas in the valley where they may be, shooting some adult films, and where I can just kind of take binoculars and kind of see if I can peek through the blinds there a little bit. That seems like a fun little side, because other than that, I'm just going to be sitting in my hotel room. This would give me impetus to
Fritzy,
go out.
Tuesday night in Burbank is Porn Star Karaoke at Sardo's. I can get you in. I know people there.
You got connections.
Would you like to go?
And then I would hang out with the Saved by the building from Saved by the Bell.
That's a different place. Would you like to go to this? Yes or no?
I will strongly consider that. If I get my work done and the guests are all lined up for the next day, that might be.
Can you say yes or no to anything?
No.
I'm not very non-committal and vague and on the fence.
Are you sure about that?
Who wouldn't want to go to that?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a great time.
That's pretty hot. Yeah, but then are they going to be naked though? If it's just
Bye, Brock.
All right, Fritzy, who's committed for tomorrow? Bye, Seton.
Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen of the NFL Network and the Rich Eisen Show on Audience host will be part of things Wednesday, and we'll see what else happened after that.
Susie Schuster's husband. I know
Hopefully
him.
other things.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. The podcast is available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Cheers.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy